This is Jack Howard for PopPhoto.com and Inside Digital Photo. We're talking with Sam Pardue, one of the founders of Lensbaby. He's got, we're at PhotoPlus, and he's got the newest member of the Lensbaby family, the Lensbaby 3G. Sam, what can you tell us about the 3G?
Well, the Lensbaby 3G is a selective focus SLR camera lens, and it brings one area of your photo into sharp focus, and you can move the sharp area around the photo by bending the lens. Now, Lensbaby 3G is really special because what you can do is you can bend the lens, then you can lock it in its bent position, and then you can find focus. And what this allows you to do is get very precise and repeatable results and maybe do long exposures. And none of that was possible with our earlier two generations of lenses, the original Lensbaby and Lensbaby 2.0. So Lensbaby 3G has introduced some really new features and some new capabilities to our product line.
Okay. Can you explain a little bit more about this?
Okay. Well, what we were finding was that our customers wanted to be able to repeat the same photo exactly, and they wanted to be able to get very precise and predictable results. So Lensbaby 3G is the solution that we came up with, and what we're finding is that our customers are really happy because now they have something that instead of having to hold the lens in place when they take their picture, they can simply press this button. It locks the lens into place, and then they can fine-tune their photograph to get exactly the results they want. And so what we're finding is that studio photographers, maybe they do food photography or portrait photography, formal portrait photography, product photography, all of these photographers are thrilled with this innovation because now they have a tool that's going to give them exactly the results they want and be very predictable and repeatable for them. So we're getting great response from the people who are experiencing this lens for the first time. One of the nice things I should point out, though, is you can use lens just like the original in 2.0. You don't have to hit the locking button. You have the ability to hit the locking button when you want to, when it's appropriate for your subject matter. But otherwise, if you want to do really dynamic shooting and you don't want to stop and push the button, you can do that. But when you want to push the button and then find focus, that capability is now available.
Okay. And these are the rails for
Yes.
all of that? Is that the only thing they do, or?
Well, you can also, one of the nice features about this is you can also fine-tune your tilt. So what you see here now is I'm screwing this rail and it's actually adjusting the tilt of the lens, and I can either make it tilt more or less, and so I can move the sweet spot around the photograph with complete control. And that's going to allow maybe a still life photographer to get that sweet spot placed just where they want it in the photo and get it just exactly as sharp as they want it, and then take the shot. So the focusing rods are just the way that the lens works to hold the lens in place. Inside the focusing collar, there's 3 little pins that are spring-fired into the rods, and that's what makes them lock into position.
Okay. And what are the aperture ranges? I understand this has a magnetic aperture system?
Yes. The aperture system is just as funky as the rest of the lens. It's an f2.0 lens, and it goes up to f22. And the way you remove the aperture is you just use this aperture removal tool, and you simply lift out the aperture disc. And here's the carrying case. And I think we are probably the world's largest purchaser of used Kodak film canister lids. That's what this is. It just has all the different aperture discs in it. And the lens can go up to f22. So if you want to have a very subtle blur with just a little bit of blur around the edges, you can go to with f22. If you want more blur, you go with f2.0, which is no disc at all installed in the lens. So it's got a nice aperture range. It's a nice bright lens. It's very contrasty. And you have the range that you need to go all the way from f2.0 up to f22. And one thing that these apertures allow you to do is control the size of the sweet spot of sharp focus. So at f2.0, you have a small sharp area and lots of blur. At f22, you just have a little bit of blurring around the edge and not in a very large sharp area. So the aperture system allows you to have control over how much blur is in the photograph. And then to put the aperture disc back in, you just drop it in the front of the lens, and it's suspended above the optic by a magnetic field that's shielded inside the lens.
Really?
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about scratching that front element by...
No, we haven't had any problems at all. It's actually very easy to use.
Very interesting. Are these in market yet, or are they shipping? When are they
That's
going to be
right.
available?
We're taking orders now from Lensbabies.com as well as from our retail partners. So if people are interested in getting the lens, they should go ahead and place an order. We are back ordered right now because demand has been very, very high, not only in the United States, but all over the world. So place your order and we'll try and get to you before Christmas.
I think that tells us a whole lot about it. Sam, thank you very much. And this is Jack Howard for PopPhoto.com, Inside Digital Photo, talking about the Lensbaby 3G.
Thank you.
Thank you.